Hey, what's up, kid? You want to see my katana collection?
Hello everyone, so today we're going to be talking about a video game. A first for this channel, so that's kind of cool. It's a game that Aaron and I both love dearly.
Oh yeah, it was so fun. The intricacies, the details, the abomination of gameplay.
I'm kind of scared to make this because obviously Kojima has a shit ton of fanboys because of Metal Gear Solid.
Well, like I even saw like it was a skit video of this, and it was just a dude making a joke about how everyone is just like, they're not saying that the game is necessarily good. There was like, oh well, it has its shortcomings, it has its issues, but the game it really extends the level of gaming. Like, it really pushes us forward in the realm of game. It's like they won't actually say if the game is good or bad.
Yeah.
They just like dance around it. The gameplay
sucks. Okay, let's just be blunt with it right now.
Yeah,
the game sucks. All you do is walk around, and like it's not even just walking, right? Like the game Journey is a game where you just walk around and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But this game, you do the same thing, but it just tries to irritate you the whole time. It's like the game spends the entire time where you're actually playing, just trying its best to irritate you when you're trying to bring something from point A to point B. It tries its
best to not to let you not enjoy the game. Like when you're walking around Skyrim or The Witcher, or some game that's like you just walk around and enjoy the environment. Everything looks really pretty. You're just relaxing and chilling. Imagine that. But the entire time, your character just fucking falls over. just like you're just walking around and just all of a sudden he just leans to one direction and just falls over, and then you have to pick up a bunch of shit and then do it again. It's just like, it's annoying. Especially like, I hate it because the soundtrack's great, the environment's great, like everything about it sets it up to be such a good game. They ruin it for themselves. Like Kojima ruined the game for himself, in my opinion. I don't know.
Imagine Skyrim, but whenever you become over encumbered, you don't just walk slowly, right?
You just fucking fall on your ass.
Imagine you have a big ass backpack on, and it sways from left to right based on based on direction you walk, and you fall over if you don't press a button. It's so stupid.
The thing I love about the landscape is how it makes no sense, because there's a rock every 2 meters. Like every foot, there's just a giant, like just a mini boulder sitting on the ground. Like, what landscape has that? There's no open fields. Like, there's no clear area. It's just like, and if you step on this rock, you'll sit there just running in one place, and then you'll eventually just fall over for no freaking reason.
You have to constantly press X or whatever it is on keyboard to climb over these tiny ass rocks that are every 2 meters.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the vehicles. When you get to the vehicles, you think, oh man, now it's time. Now it's time. I'll be able to get there quicker. Everything will be fun. Oh, but I hit a rock, and now I can't fucking move again. But one thing I feel like is cool. Like, at first, I hated it. At first, I was like, the multiplayer aspect of it makes no sense,
That's the only thing I liked about it.
Yeah, because it was kind of cool because, like, another player and can make, like, a bridge or can make a road to make your life easier. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, the players of the game are just making his game better for him.
You're suffering together. That's the idea. I get it. But it's like, yeah, I kind of get that. I like the whole harmony thing where you try to connect people. Like, I get all all that stupid deep shit. I'm 14 and this is deep type stuff. Thanks, Kojima. but like, it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like, that's the annoying part, is like, when you look at it artistically and like in the symbolic form, like, yes, we could brag all day about how cool it is that he's talking about bringing everybody together and every player in the game is helping each other out and making the game easier for each other and making the tedious parts more enjoyable. But like, can we just skip past? Can we just say no? Like, screw that. The gameplay's shit. Like, I don't understand. Like, stop trying to sugarcoat it. Stop trying to make it like, oh, this game's good because all the yes, that shit's cool, but the gameplay is shit.
why doesn't Kojima just make movies? You know, he's obviously he has a vision for this stuff, and it's kind of cool. Like I like the time fall, the whole rain that makes things age. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, like everything about like the world building is sick.
Yeah.
That stuff is cool.
But the video game sucks ass. It's so weird.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, it's not like, I spent an hour or two playing this game. I haven't finished it yet, but I would say I spent roughly 20 hours. Like, I'm almost all the way to the West Coast. But it's like... okay, first of all, people saying, oh, you need patience. It takes some time to get into the game. Sure, the game gets a little bit more interesting because there's more cutscenes.
Yeah, because there's more movie.
Yeah, there's more world building. There's more story happening. Literally, the first 15 hours, there's barely any cutscenes. It's literally just you walking.
Yeah.
But now, since there's more cutscenes, the game's getting better. And then there's also, mules who just, their entire life isn't really bent on killing you. Mm-hmm. They just want to knock off your shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're so annoying. They only exist to annoy you.
Especially when they launch a javelin from a mile away and you're riding on your motorcycle and the dude just lands a perfect shot right on your motorcycle, and now it's broken. One shot and it's gone forever. That thing that you spent so much time like, oh, I finally have it. No, it's gone. GG.
I like how you can spend so long building something, right? Like you pack up all this metal and you trudge along for an hour and you finally build a road. And it's like, oh, well, then like the only reason it feels rewarding is because, oh, well, I finally built this thing and now all these other people are using it. You kind of feel weird about it because you're like, oh, they're liking my stuff and that's cool. But I'm also saving them a bunch of time, so why didn't I just wait for someone else to build this shit so I didn't have to do it?
Yeah, because like you're past that point.
Yeah.
Like you spent all that time working on it, you're not going to use it.
Yeah.
you're like way far past it now. Like I remember I made a bridge and I spent some time making it, and I was like, because the only reason I made it is because how annoyed I was of getting over like an area, and I made it, and then I'm like, oh. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna have to go back over it ever.
Yeah, like sometimes you backtrack, right? Like you would build a bridge and maybe you go over it like once, but then you never use it again.
Here's something I saw that I wanted to show you. You might have seen this on Twitter, but I feel like this is like the best representation of the game right here. That's the whole game.
That's so true, though. I have to admit, I did have some cool moments where I felt like, oh, this is kind of like, it was really pretty, right? Like the music was good, and all that. But then that quickly fades, right? Like then your little rate or scanner thing pops out, and then you're like, oh, good, BTs. Now I get to crawl for the next 20 minutes trying to avoid these things.
Yeah, and if you're like me and you got tired of the crawling and you just run through it, like sure you get those hermetic grenades, but like sometimes they just don't land and they're really weird to use and they don't hit them. So then you get stuck in this black thing and all these dudes try and pull off your shit, and then sometimes if you're unlucky you run out of stamina and then you gotta face a giant whale, and it's just like it's just like, I'm just trying to deliver a damn package. Like I don't want to deal with this.
It's like, I get the idea, right? Like you're supposed to feel the sense of accomplishment once you finally do deliver your stuff because all the stuff gets in the way. But it just feels annoying, right? It's like,
yeah, it doesn't feel like rewarding. It just feels tedious.
You're like, for me, it's more when I finally deliver my package. It's more like a sense of relief than rewarding.
Yeah,
right? I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. And they're like, oh, you got to walk another 3 miles that direction. Especially when they tell you to go right back to the same spot you just left from. Yeah. Like, I gotta go through that shit again?
Yeah, I know. Imagine, like, you're sitting there trying to, like, work on something, like you're editing a video, and then you're, like, your little sister's behind you, like, poking you constantly. Hey. That's this video game.
And then right before you finish finishing the video, it gets deleted. BTs come out and then take all your shit. You're like, oh, great.
Your autosave doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's basically this game.
And let's talk about the elephant or the Monster energy drink in the room, I should say.
Yeah.
the okay, like I didn't mind it. Like I honestly thought it was just like hilarious because it was so blatant, the product placement. And the thing that astonished me wasn't the fact that it was so like blatant in your face. Like Monster Energy drink was like, you know, that's how you get your stamina back. That's like all over the place.
He only drinks Monster.
It was how he drank it.
I know, he chugs that shit.
He freaking chugs. Like I chugged all of them. Like I chugged 5 of them when I was playing it, and I was like there's no like side effects. There's no like backlash. Like the dude should be on the floor having a heart attack. He chugged 5 monsters.
I know.
And he's just like sitting there chilling. He's vibing.
I love how the cutscenes are all like at least 10 seconds long too. It's like, oh, I have to go take a shower. All right, let me just walk my ass all the way over there.
Yeah, let's just get like a full view of his naked body. Let's like, you know, show everything that's going on every shower.
It's so stupid.
I'm honestly thinking about just like not finishing it and just waiting for someone to post a all cutscene video.
Yeah, dude, I'm 10 hours in. There's no fucking way. There's no way I'm finishing this.
Dude, and okay, like everyone who it's always funny because everyone who tweets about it, like YouTubers or streamers, are like, you know, like it's a slow start, but after I finished it, you know, I feel like it was really worth it. It was really rewarding, and I'm sure it had its shortcomings. I mean, I know it had its issues. But I feel like Kojima really came through on this one.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's see you replay this game.
I don't think the world building outweighed the horrendous gameplay.
Dude, like I've played irritating games, like the Dark Souls games. They can be annoying as fuck sometimes. Where, like,
but they're rewarding as shit, though.
I know, that's the thing, and they're
Dark
fun.
Souls is so rewarding.
And they're fun.
I don't know what he could have done different, to be honest, because I know this was like his, like thinking of a game where a dude's delivering shit. Like, I don't know, maybe come up with different obstacles rather than making the walking the obstacle.
He should have made you feel more powerful as the game progresses, like to a greater extent. Like in Dark Souls, yeah, you get your ass handed to you in the beginning, and like with the bosses and stuff. But you can feel yourself getting better. And it happens pretty fast, right? Like, in this game, you have to wait 10, 15 hours before you feel like any sort of improvement is happening. And then, after that, it's like, it still is irritating, you know?
Yeah, like, I remember I was, like, thinking, okay, there's going to be some cool-ass gameplay. Like, you know, there's going to be the mules, like, the enemies. They're going to be, you know, maybe I'll get some cool shit to deal with them. But it's like, you maybe get a gun to, like, wrap them up. And you could punch them, but you know, it's like, that's it. Like they're not even hard to deal with.
Yeah,
it's just annoying to deal with, you know.
Yeah, and there's no challenge in defeating the mules. There's no tactics involved. They just run at you.
You don't really get loot from them except stuff to build stuff. But it's like you already are loaded.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't know about you guys, but every time I play the game, I always had loads of materials to build stuff. It's funny because every time I sat down to play Death Stranding, I had to like make sure my mind was prepared. like I had to make sure, okay, am I actually ready for this? Am I gonna get mad and just leave? Like I need to make sure that I'm gonna be able to handle this right now. Because actually there was one time I started playing it. It was like during a high BT area or something like that. And then it like, you know, they got me down and then they dragged me out and then the giant lion came out and I just threw my controller down. I'm like, fuck this. It's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. I'll come back later. Do you want to rate it? Do you want to be one of those guys? Do you want to rate it?
I would give it a 5. You know, excellent atmosphere, excellent story. Everything's good except the gameplay. The gameplay's a 0. So
yeah,
you know,
I'd give it a 5. If we're talking gameplay versus, you know, like the rest of it, like if we make it 50-50, it's definitely a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I think there was maybe like one to 3 times when I was actually playing the game and I was like, this is cool, you know?
Yeah.
All the rest of the time I was fucking annoyed or I was just like bored.
Well, like right when Higgs first came out and like brought up the freaking octopus creature dude, like that was pretty sick. That was pretty cool. Like, I feel like that at that point in time, I was like, okay, I can get into this game. And then the next, 10 hours, I'm just freaking walking around, dude. I was like, okay, this is where shit's really gonna get down. You're gonna get some maybe boss fights or something. There's gonna be some cool shit. Nope. It's more fucking delivering shit.